Now, we had Unchained Robotics on stage before for the executive roundtable. We had Mladen on stage, and now it's time for two of his colleagues. The first has been active in robotics for several years. He's conducted industry-related research in order to establish a central platform for the automation of factories with the company he helped co-found. Wait for it. You can come together. And the second, to make it exciting, the second has already held various roles in his career, from product development and marketing to sales and partnership development, and therefore he also has a very broad view of the industry. So, from Unchained Robotics, CTO and co-founder Kevin Freise and International Business Development Manager Daniel Rubart. Welcome, both of you. Hi, Kevin.
Hi.
Hi, Daniel. Who wants this?
Yep.
Okie dokie.
Okay, thank you, Max. Yeah, we are the first time here and really thankful for the invitation. And yeah, as Max said, you already heard a little bit about Unchained from Mladen. And mostly whenever or if ever you heard something about Unchained Robotics, it's mostly coming from Mladen because I'm more the founder in the background doing some technical stuff. And therefore, I brought my sidekick Daniel, and he's going to take over the presentation in 3 to 4 minutes. So, yeah, let's get a little bit back to the beginning of Unchained Robotics. So when Mladen and me started the company, the first thing we did was visiting up to hundreds of SMEs, and what we've seen there was kind of shocking because we have not seen mostly any robot there, and especially for me it was kind of hard because I was working at Fraunhofer Institute at this time, working with robots, and I know what was possible. So we interviewed a lot of these guys and noticed like always the same answer. Yeah, it's really hard to find information, it's really complex, I don't have the time to talk to integrators, and I just need my business running. And therefore they didn't even have the time to think about automation. And then Mladen and me were sitting together and talking about, yeah, we need to change something, and then we formed our vision. And I know it's kind of a bold vision, but our vision is every factory worldwide has searched, found, and integrated a robot with Unchained Robotics. And yeah, as David also said, you need to have like bold visions to change something, right? And we split this vision into like 3 parts: searching, finding, and integrating. And you can see this kind of a timeline of Unchained Robotics. We started with the website unchainedrobotics.de, where we first released prices of robots, grippers, and everything. And yeah, I can remember we released the platform on 2020, and after 2 weeks I got a call from a customer who was like, I've never thought that I can buy a robot for 30K or something. And this was the first time we just sold a robot. And so therefore we made the searching and finding much easier, and now we started integrating with the Malocha bot to developing our own solution and our own software and making the integration part much easier and faster. So just a rough overview about Unchained. So we founded in the end of 2019, and now we have on our platform over 100 brands with over 400 customers in up to 20 countries. And one number which I'm, to be honest, kind of proud, we are today 62 employees. So now I'm going to hand over to Daniel, who's going to get a little bit deeper into all the Unchained stuff.
Yeah, also from me, welcome. I'm going to try to get a little bit deeper into the whole situation here. So like Kevin had already mentioned, we have an online platform where you will be able to find different types of automation needs. We have over 100 different types of manufacturers, from grippers, cameras, robots, and this allows us to use the platform and also build the automation using the platform and the access that we have, or that you as an end customer or you as an integrator can also use. The one thing that makes us unique, and I would say that we have the world's biggest platform, as in this dimension, meaning you can find every price from every type of manufacturer on the platform, from robots, cobots, grippers, cameras, like I had already said. But you also have a huge transparency, because you also don't just receive the price, but you also get the step files, the CAD files, user case videos, where we take the SME on his journey from a simple product all the way to the idea, and at the end, we give him an automation solution. And that's the vision behind it. And that's why this vision is to become the one-stop shop for factories around the globe. Using this information, we have created our own plug-and-play cells called the Malochabot, starting with palletization is really one of the biggest branches that we really provide the automation for, from the smallest unit being the palletizing S all the way to the palletizer XL. It's a plug-and-play module design. We can, using a small footprint, it goes from S, M, L, and XL. It's standardized, independent, with a small footprint. Of course, using the different sizes means what type of robot size do we use, what type of robot brand do we use, and this way we can use a modular system and provide the end customer with a complete solution, and this is all powered by our software named Luna. Luna, how do I explain Luna the best? It's an operating system. I guess we can compare it to operating system on a PC. A lot of PCs use, for example, Windows. It runs on a desktop PC, it runs on a laptop, it runs on a tablet, or even a smartphone. You purchase your desktop PC or your laptop, you connect the hardware to it, meaning the mouse, the keyboard, the printer, and it automatically identifies the hardware that is connected to it. And that's exactly what Luna does. So when we have the base frame, the base meaning where the robot is on, and then we connect other frames to it, or other Malochabot boxes or cubes, for example, a palletizer, or on the other side for a machine tending, then we have a raw part or finished part. Luna identifies what kind of robot is on there, what kind of cubes are connected to it, and then she knows she's a machine tending machine, or she's a palletizer. Robot brand, independent, and also identifies the grippers that are connected to it, the same way as your PC identifies what kind of keyboard, or if it's a keyboard connected to it at all. Using all this information, we have the robots, we have the grippers, feeders, camera, controls, manufacture independently, and at the end of the day, it's a user-friendly, just the same thing as for 30 years. If you told somebody that there would be a PC in every single home or access to it, it was laughed about. Today, this is reality, and this is exactly what we're trying to do with our Luna software, is that there's no more programming necessary. That means he enters his key parameters, we do the path planning for the robot, and at the end of the day, he programs. I don't like to use the word program. He basically enters parameters to, within 5 minutes, has his own new
application.
There we go. I was looking for another word for programming. So he has his application within a few minutes, and that way we decrease the implementation time. It's an SME always has a huge challenge. We've heard a lot of presentations today. 80% of the SMEs in Germany are not automated. Germany has the biggest SME landscape in the world. There's a lot of opportunity, a lot of automation needs, requirements. Using our platform, the transparency, we're eligible of taking the customer on his hand virtually or face-to-face. This allows the customer, of course, to know the transparency, meaning he can exactly see how much what he's paying for, how much the robot costs, the gripper, the camera. So we're able to get very quickly a trust boundary between the end customer and between between us. And this way, we're able to scale using our Luna software. I think that's about it. I don't think I need 20 minutes. I think that's good news for everybody because it's getting to the end of the day. Everybody's very, very hungry. So if there's any questions, I am very glad to answer them. If I forgot anything, I have my sidekick. He called me a sidekick, but actually he's my sidekick. If there's any questions, my sidekick can definitely answer technical questions for you. I'm just here to present. Thank you.
Thank you, both of you. So, we have a bit of time left, so feel free. Questions, shoot. They're both each other's sidekicks, so they should be able to deal with anything. Yes, here in the middle. Microphone is coming. Thank you.
Thank you for your nice presentation. I was wondering, customers often change their minds afterwards they bought something. So they want changes, they want new products. How do you handle with that?
I don't understand. They change their mind during the purchasing, or they change their mind afterwards?
Afterwards, after a year or two, they are coming with new formats, new boxes, new things that they want to handle in their palletizer or machine or whatever. So.
Well, that's the nice thing about the whole Malochabot system. So if we really look into it, his maximum box weight is 5 kgs. He's thinking about being in the future to handle 10 or 15 kgs. Then of course we can then use the Malochabot cell as a collaborative application up to 25 kgs, maybe 30, and everything above that needs to go to the industrial robot. So then we can definitely give him the solution that he needs. And the really nice thing about it is, it doesn't matter if he has a cobot or an industrial robot, he's using one operating system, ease of use, and the robot is really just the manipulator in the machine.
And maybe to go a little bit deeper into your question about pelletizing, it's a lot of customers changing their schemas on the pellet for different products. And with our software, they are able to like drag and drop the schema for new products and also create new products, and then we don't need to program anything. They're just configuring the new schema and everything is working.
Okay, thank you. And is your application only for Germany, or can also people from somewhere else go on it, see the prices from their country, buy it?
Yes.
It's completely open. Like
Completely
we already
open.
sold in 20 different countries over the platform. So.
Yes, and there's no login required. So you can go right now, and to be the one-stop shop, I can challenge everyone in this room right now. You could probably go onto Google and say Cobot KUKA. We'll probably be on the first 3 places as a provider. You can give in universal robots. Sometimes we're even on place 1. It is always changes. So we invest a lot of time and a lot of time nurturing the platform to provide really an experience for the end user to where he can really compare the different types of products that are available on the market.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone else who has a question? Yes, thank you.
Thanks for the presentation again. This was very nice. One question about the prices you have. Usually, especially robot vendors won't give only list prices, right? I guess this is what you give, or I saw a range of prices here. Is this also something that you obtain from the manufacturers, or is it something on experience?
It's always manufacturer prices. Okay. So we also have challenges to where there are prices different in different types of countries. Then we, of course, have to exclude diverse countries. Of course, everybody knows there's a way to do it anyways, but we've done our part on that. And if you were talking about the drop-down menu that you saw, that is, for example, you have a camera from, I don't know, just a camera system, and you need a lens on the front of it, you need an attachment for robot A, B, C, or D that provides the drop-down menu so you can choose the exact same right one, and then you get a price at the end of the day. It's even possible to directly buy and pay online per credit card or per PayPal. I have never in my life sold a robot like this, but but we have sold quite a few products under 5K that we don't even have contact to the end user. I mean, we see where he comes from and what he's purchased, of course, and then also a lot of manufacturers have products that they don't want sold like that because you just need this interaction with the customer. That's, for example, a robot. He's not just going to buy a robot for 30K and hopes it works for his application. Camera is also a good example. He's not just normally going to buy a camera and say, oh, I think this is going to work. So there's definitely products that we get into interact with the customer. And the vision behind it is not just to provide this data for the end customer, but to also to use this person coming onto our platform to try to tickle out if he needs an application at the end of the day or not.
Okay. Yes, here at the front. Thank you.
Thank you. So if not everybody would go to your platform for buying a robot, for instance, because it's risky and expensive, how do you help them?
How do we help them?
Yeah.
Well, we have one time we have the live chat, and there's not an AI behind it. It's really a person sitting there from 8 to 1700 or 5 p.m. answering these questions. So as soon as he starts going through the platform, he goes into the
configurator? Or?
Yeah, the configurator, but I was looking for the word for the comparison. He starts comparing robot A, B, C, D, and then he goes into the chat and says, hey, my application is this. What would you suggest from the robots that I have just chosen? And then we go into the dialogue with the customer. What is the speed? What is the weight? What is the budget you are willing to pay for your automation? And that just opens the transparency and gives us the opportunity not just to go mainstream. We only do this application. You either take it or leave it. We have the possibility to say, this is what we believe is the best application for you, and the transparency is the platform itself.
All right, thanks.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else here in the room?
Thank God we did the presentation so short, right?
Yeah. I have one, though.
Okay.
Actually, it's two. So yeah, we have about 4 minutes left, so feel free to elaborate. Basically, what's next in general, right? And also, which markets are next? Is there anything you could share about that?
Well, I'll go to the markets, and I think you should take over the part what's in the pipeline for the whole Luna situation. So we're constantly working on the platform. So we've done it. It's in English, German, Polish, and French. We're constantly working on new languages because we have delivered the Malocha bot into the USA, Slovakia, Poland, Switzerland. I mean, there's a lot of countries, 20 different countries that we have definitely delivered our Malocha bot, and this really came over the platform. So we don't go out, start calling per telephone and things like that. So the platform is really this lead generation machine that we also use for the entire automation. And where we want to expand now is more into France, actually. And the UK is a big aspect as of right now because, it's not so hard, it's not so easy to get skilled workers worldwide, but it's even harder in the UK because of the whole Brexit situation. So we see a high demand and a high traffic flow coming from the UK area as of right now. Okay. And using the platform also gives us the market analysis that we need and know exactly where we need to expand.
Okay.
Thank you. And also on the product side, we are mostly really data-driven because on the platform we're seeing, which customers are searching for which. So we get a huge database about how often is palletizing asked for or machine tending. And now we are going to expand from palletizing to AI-based depalletizing to then machine tending and so on. And this is mostly the roadmap then for the product side.
Okay. Great. Last chance for... yes, we have one more here. Sorry, Leila. Thank you.
So one last question. What about the installation on site? Do you do this by local integrators, or you have your own service people then going to the site and make the installation for the Malocha bot?
Yeah, currently we're doing this on our own, but we're also having big customers. We're getting a training from the first robot, and after this they are going to integrate their own robot Malocha bots, full Malocha bots at their own. But for different kind of areas, we are also searching for integrators.
Right.
Is
So
this some kind of a franchise system then that you say MalochaBot, and then you have specific integrators, or what is the idea about this?
The idea, right, this is not 100% clear right now. Right now we are doing this on our own and just started talking to people about some ideas.
Okay.
Well, that's exactly my job as business development manager, to find integrators that are willing to integrate MalochaBot. And MalochaBot is not, it's not nowhere written on the system. It's not written on the software. And I must say the Luna software runs on an IPC, meaning it's also web-based. So it's also able to white label. So if Luna is running on a base that is not from us, would also be eligible of doing this. And then the integrator can use Luna as his own product. The nice thing about it is we developed this from scratch ourselves. So we're not reliable on any other manufacturer saying it's a gripper manufacturer that thinks he needs to do palletizing or wants to do palletizing. It's our own software, and we've been developing it for the last many years, actually. We started it before we started the company, and we started with the software before we went to the hardware aspect. And that's why this is all seamlessly going through from marketing, the way Luna looks, and the way the hardware looks, just as a really nice presented system at the end of the day.
Okay, thank you. Now we have run out of time. So there you have it, everyone. The Amazon of robotics once again. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Daniel. See you again soon. Thank you.